right, guys, I have not conventionally pulled deadlifts in what, Dave? 2 years? 3 years? Just did a set with this. Surprised how easy it moved. So I tried set this at the end of my leg. We're going to have squats, glute reverse, pipers, leg extensions, leg curls, all the above. So let's see how it feels. I'm going to see. What's up, guys? Welcome to our new vlog. We are at, guys, where are we at?
Zoo.
Pittsburgh Zoo. What are you guys excited to see?
Lion.
Lions, what else? I want to see the penguins. I like to fish. Fish are pretty cool. This turn is always annoying to make. So you done it. All right. Let's go to the zoo.
I don't know everything this place.
Wow, look at that.
Wow, look.
Huge giant.
That's great. Watch out, Lila, don't look.
Aww.
You're so cute.
Look at his noses.
Those noses.
Yeah.
I like them.
There's water in the noses.
You're drinking.
Tuck it.
Oh.
Chicken.
The cool over-the-counter supplement, super expensive, but it's the only supplement out there that I've ever seen actually drive your own endogenous release of stem cells to a noticeable degree. So they have multiple products out there. There's a release, a signal, and a sport, and there's one. They have a couple ones. Usually, though, if you are more athletic, so the more dysfunctional you are, then you need more of their products. You're on the athletic side. You still have this injury, but you're still an athlete for sure. We can usually just use their release product. What that's going to do, it has different algae, and basically what the guy did, the owner, so ingenious. He went around the world and basically just asked all the villages and all these places, like, hey, what do you use to fix whatever problem, you know? And they'd say, oh, this berry has fixed pancreatic problems, gallbladder, kidney, hepatic. Like, they went through the list, and his rational mind said, oh, if it's fixing 100 problems, that has to be stem cell mediated, because that's really our underlying repair system. So he did this, traveled all around. They did all their formulas, tried this, tried that. They actually would pull out their own stem cells. They'd count how many, see the release rates and all that fun stuff. And the combinations he came up with were actually very efficacious in order to drive your own endogenous stem cell release. So we're looking at over time as we get older. So usually 30 years old hits, right? Everyone starts to get sick, things break, your calf gets hurt, your glutes shut off, nervous system problems happen, right? Like, I slept bad the other night, just we had a weird angle. I'm like, why is my back sore? It's like, oh yeah, I'm 31. Like, those things happen, you know? One of those things is that down regulation and stem cell release. So we have red marrow that'll slowly convert over into yellow marrow. We're only getting those stem cells from the red marrow specifically. So as that process happens, 30, 40, 50, stem cell release becomes less and less. And then you have less ability to repair. So there's the CXCR4 receptor, and then SDF1 is the actual ligand binding to it. Those will actually drive up that stem cell release, binding, and expression and action within red bone marrow. What we can do is displace that or mess with the receptor or pull SDF1 into the blood. Tons of different other ways too, but that's essentially how this product's working through multiple different mechanisms. To like the release product, when you take it, you'll have a release of stem cells within the first hour. Then there's another peak from another ingredient, 2 hours, another peak in 3 hours. It works extremely well, and we tend to see a release of like about 10 million stem cells per day is like usually the average. Like, that's the numbers they've come up with, they've tested, and in actual application, it has to be, again, I don't know the hard fast numbers. I'm gonna have people check their stem cell levels, but the results I've seen clear across the board are pretty phenomenal.
So you guys saw how fun the zoo was. I don't know if you realized, but that tiger tried to scent Lila. So rewatch that. You see Tiger's tail go up and he squirts his little gland out. We don't know why, but animals don't like Lila. I think because she's more loud, but like birds would be like pecking at the thing trying to get her. We had a blast though. It was seriously so much fun. I actually just finished up doing a seminar for Charlie Johnson's group. So he has a whole mastermind collective, a whole really big group where he helps entrepreneurs to grow their businesses. Definitely go check him out. He's a client of mine. I've been working with him and his girlfriend for a decent period of time now, and they're super nice. So we just had an hour-ish long seminar talking about neurological tools for entrepreneurs. So we went over neuroplastic drills, neuroplastic games, all nootropic supplements, basic little things to make any entrepreneur out there more successful. Because regardless of who you're working with, because in that world, some of the CEOs I work with or entrepreneurs, whatever verbiage you want to put there, whether they're making six figures or 7 figures or 9 figures or 10 figures, a lot of them run into the same problems. And I think it's just because of the lack of exposure that the neurological world tends to get, or rather lack thereof. So we're not seeing enough of conversations pushed in the right direction for how to improve neuroplasticity as a whole. Because we as a human race don't use a very large percentage of our brain. We have all of this dormant capacity, just gotta tap into it. So really excited with how that went. That went super cool. I'll post up a clip of that after this. Hope you guys like the new haircut. I actually need to get it trimmed up on the sides, but Lindsay's been wanting me to just do this. Like just not really style, just kind of have it down. She likes it down a little more like this. So I don't know, I'm trying something new for her. Once I get this trimmed up, that'll be all good. Really excited though, so today's Tuesday. Going to be traveling to New York this Friday and through the weekend, and it's gonna be exciting. I'm really, really pumped up to see my friends and to honestly hang out and do stuff, Ethan, we've worked together for years now. Jason and I have worked together for like 7 years now. Like it's been a long time. And so it'll just be cool to get out to see them. And I'm going to slowly make my way around the U.S. To see all my clients. Sometimes if they're competing, sometimes not. Like just to see them. Like I have a huge cluster of people in Texas. And I'd love to go out there and train with all those guys. And everywhere. I have a lot of people everywhere. So eventually I want to make it out to see everyone. Prep Coach Apparel. Let's go check it out. It came in the other day. We think we found the material and the place we want to buy it from. It's really nice material. So I'm going to go put it on and then we'll see what it looks like. All right, guys. So here is that apparel. So I really like the fit. It feels really good. The pants are actually super cool. Let me kind of adjust this down. The only problem with the pants, so black, got the logo right there. Only problem, no pockets. I didn't know they made pants for men without pockets. That's weird. So we got to redo the pants, but the shirt is definitely a very nice material, nice and soft. And then for women, we have our actual crop tops. So I think we're going to go ahead and do a run on these, and then we're still trying to decide how we're going to do it. But essentially the idea is to essentially have all current clients and then future clients. So anyone who signs up gets a free shirt or free pants or, whatever you want. And then we might keep it just for clients. We might also just have a store to sell them as well. Not too sure yet, but we're really happy with the design, and it's always the fit. It's always the fit in the material, and this is super soft, and I'm really happy with it. Lindsay, where are we at?
Getting our massages.
Now couples massage every month, right?
Yes.
What are you getting worked on?
Upper body.
Same.
I got that hunger back like Thundercat. Yeah.
in New York now, and Uber dropped me off at the wrong place. All good. Asked for some directions. Gonna be through the park and right over to see my man Ethan. Good morning, everyone. Saturday. So, obviously, in the hotel room, up 3 a.m. right now. I've been up since 2, working. So, it has been an awesome past couple days. We had Tyler Conklin over at the New York Jets have a phenomenal performance. They won that game, did a really good job. We have Christy Sene competing in strongman. We have Mark Maxwell competing as a physique, so bodybuilder competitor. And then I got to train with, one of my best friends in the world, Ethan, yesterday. So that was an absolute blast. We've been working together for a couple of years. We've been just so close, and getting out here, and after hearing about his life for so long, because everyone I work with, it's like we talk every week about life and what's going on and like what do you do, and so it's crazy to hear all those stories and then see it. So like we had a great hamstring and tricep and calf workout, and then afterwards we went over and we got some food from his poke bowl place, and then he showed me his dinner, like the route, like it was just so much fun. So we ended up getting back. I ended up going to bed at like 10, something like that. So obviously up at 2 to work. By the way, we did go back to his house. I did get to see his amazing wife, Annie. I worked with her a while ago, and they're the best people in the world. So it was cool just hanging out with them, and they have dog, cats, like it was really a blast. But yeah, so we did all that kind of fun stuff, took some nice walks and everything, got to sleep around 10, up at 2. Again, now today we have Christy's second day competing for a strong competition. And then we have Mark competing in his bodybuilding show, so just one day. And other than that, I'm sitting here doing emails. I did my neuroplastic work, I took some nootropics, and I'm feeling pretty good. Again, it's not uncommon for me to have to stay up for multiple days at a time if I have to. I don't like to do that if I don't have to, though. So something like this, even a couple hours of sleep is more than fine, but eventually you do have to pay back that sleep debt. So it is something to always keep an eye on. But feeling good. So I'm gonna get back to emails, and I'll show you guys a little bit about everything that's going on.
See, that's so much here. You got so much here. Yes.
You're good. Thank you, though.
All right, we are on our way over to go see Ethan and Annie. We're gonna end up going to his gym today, and he's training a couple clients, and so it'll be cool to be a part of that process. And then gonna go over to Jason. We're gonna train a little bit, get some food, and then back to Ethan and Annie for a cool dinner. So again, first time traveling, so I realized I forgot some things. One of them was like a little tote drawstring bag. So I have instead is my CPAP carrier, which actually I don't think looks that bad. Got all my water in there, got intra-workout shake, and had 2 protein bars, some cool supplements, and some Greek yogurt. Ready to roll. We are back. It is Sunday morning, and being up all night working. I am very proud of my processing speed right now mentally. We talked about this beforehand. I only stay up for like days at a time if I absolutely have to with work. And with work, I definitely needed to with the travel, because I want to make sure, because if you just look around and look at any field, if you're trying to be really good at that field, look at the mistakes that people made as their business kind of grew. And the one thing I always realized was that not all the time, but the majority in like the coaching space that I'm in, people would start to get distracted by different business ventures or different aspects of the business or the traveling aspect. And then what built their business, the coaching, the online communication, the email check-ins, the email responses, took a nosedive because their priorities shifted. And more than find a shift priorities, but you also can't lose quality. So for me, I am hyper aware of that. And since I'm just starting this whole traveling gig, I refuse to have my clients who have been working with me for extended periods of time. They're my family, they're my friend, they're paying me a good amount of money. Like, I want to make sure everyone's getting the best of me. So because of that, did not sleep last night, but more than fine. I got a couple hours the night beforehand. I think it was like 4, something like that. And I'm good like that. But as you accumulate enough sleep debt, you're gonna have to pay that back. So I will most likely modify my training this upcoming week so I do get enough sleep so I can recover. Because at the end of the week, you still got to get X amount of hours. Ideally, trying to be the best athlete in the world, you're like 60 plus hours a week of sleep. That's not happening in reality for most people. So if you could get in the 40 to 50 range, like obviously the higher up, it's most likely going to be better, but it does depend on the person's response overall. So for me, I know personally, if I would get 42 hours of sleep, so 6 hours a night, that would be just enough for me to get by. So you break that up, and if I would, I missed 6 hours last night, so I'm gonna have to make that up at some point because the part I also missed 2 hours. So we got 8 hours of sleep debt to pay off, but that's super simple. Instead of me waking up earlier when I get back and training for the first 2 hours, I would just drop that and make up that sleep debt, maybe have a nap during the day, and tons of different things to do that. But it's really cumulative. That sleep debt will build up, and you can't burn the candle at both ends. You got to keep adding wax to that candle or you will burn out. And I refuse to burn out. I refuse to lose my quality. I refuse to lose any of that stuff. So you just got to be able to pivot and schedule around things. So been doing emails. I actually talked to Mark Bell on the phone for like an hour last night. I'm gonna be coming out to see him next weekend, this upcoming weekend. And that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be interesting. He seems like a great guy. He's exactly the same from what I've seen of him online whenever we talk one-on-one. So that's always a cool sign. But I had a blast here in New York. I'm gonna be leaving. I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready and go soon because I'd rather just get to the airport, get to my terminal, get to where I gotta be, and then just set up camp and do emails. So emails are caught up as of only 3 a.m. yesterday, so I'll be able to bust out a whole bunch, which will be cool. And then I'll just do some on the plane, and then they won't send till I get home, but they'll still be done. So I had a blast here in New York. Absolutely love Ethan, love Annie, love Jason. It was such a cool experience, and it was a very new experience. So I feel the neural growth, as weird as that sounds. I feel the neural growth of having to do new things. Doing new things causes new neural pathways to really be stimulated and really to proliferate. And I've, again, never been in this traveling scenario by myself, which sounds kind of weird for a lot of people, but I've just never, had to travel for work. I was always just with my family for vacation. So it's a new skill that I'm still mastering, but it's a new skill that I'm proud to master because it is just going to make me better. So I'm really happy about that. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get rolling. We'll show you guys a little bit show you a little bit about what else is happening, and then we'll kind of wrap up this vlog. And then the next one you'll see, that'll be basically all about going to see Mark Bell in Sacramento and just all that kind of cool stuff. And again, never been to Sacramento, so I have no idea what to expect. By the way, while I've been working lately, this has been the ambient noise I listen to. Because growing up, I used to play World of Warcraft for hours. So it definitely gives me a little extra dopamine hit when I'm working, which is super cool, right? Makes you feel like you're there. So obviously, back home. It was such a great New York trip. Really had a blast. I came home and the kids literally would not let go of me for hours. Like they missed me so much, and that it melted my heart in the best way possible. So I'm really happy about that. It's tough, but I'll get used to it, especially because I don't plan on traveling all the time, but a couple times a year most definitely, and slowly make my way around to see everyone and do more things. But I did want to close out this vlog with what I finally decided on for my next goals. So where I'm at right now with everything, I want to make sure that I never lose my health, never want to lose my athleticism, but also, make sure that I'm not getting fat. So as long as I don't lose health or athleticism or get, really more fat than I am right now. Because I'm not crazy lean, but still got abs, still got some separation everywhere. If I can keep that, the goal is to push up to 260 body weight. I think that'd be really cool. And then I would like to deadlift 700 pounds again, because I did 750 years ago. And then I would like to squat 585. So that'd be like 6 plates, right? I think having those goals would be super fun, because I would also be maintaining my work, my family, my athleticism, everything. So it's getting bigger, getting stronger, but not sacrificing on anything else in life. So I really like that plan. That's going to be a big goal for me. And let's see, we're in September. You know what? I'm not going to rush it. If I hit those goals by the end of the year, cool. If not, I'll just push into 2025 like that. But I really like that setup. And it gives you some hard, tangible things to kind of clasp onto and work towards. So those are the goals I'm working towards. I'm really excited about them. We're going to close out this vlog. The next vlog you guys will see is going to be the Sacramento vlog. I'll be traveling, podcast with Mark Bell, all that kind of cool stuff. And it'll be interesting. Again, got to New York. Good. Didn't have problems. Didn't get lost. I got lost once or twice. But Sacramento, I've never been over there. Never even close, So I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued. But luckily with technology these days, it's honestly fairly easy. So I am excited for that. You guys have a fantastic day. See you in the next vlog.